Hello, everyone. My name is Molly Cummings, and I serve as the Metropolitan Council member for District 5. I regret that the Minnesota weather has kept us from meeting in person, and I'm pleased to be here virtually with Dominique Pierre-Toussaint from the ICA Food Shop and Mayor Patrick Hanlon from Hopkins to recognize this year's Caring Youth Award winners. We can't wait to share more about each of these amazing recipients. They've done some incredible work in our community. This event is a partnership between the cities of Hopkins, Golden Valley, and Minnetonka, along with the Hopkins and Minnetonka Public Schools. Our other partner in this amazing event is the Glen Lake Optimists. Through the Optimists' financial support and commitment to youth in our community, this event takes place each year. The Glen Lake Optimist Club was founded in 1950. They're one of more than 2,500 local clubs of Optimist International, whose members work to make the future brighter by bringing out the best in children, in their communities, and in themselves. Serving youth in our community is a priority, and each year the Optimists grant money to help fund youth activities and programs in our community. Let's show our appreciation and gratitude to this organization. Now I'd like to welcome my friend, Dominique Pierre-Toussaint from the ICA Food Shelf to share about the importance of community involvement and volunteering.
My name is Dominique Pierre-Toussaint, ICA's Director of Community Relations. I was asked to say a few words today about the importance of giving back to your community. This request was a no-brainer because I'm a firm believer in utilizing your time to serve humanity. I want to share one of my favorite quotes from a good friend of mine, Attorney Lee A. Hutton, who said it best. You will get the opportunity to change someone's life that you have never met. I've come to realize that this quote is spot on from my experience. The act of giving back comes in many forms. There's of course the act of donating funds, which is a gracious gesture. But for the individuals that made an impact on my life, it was the offering of their time that meant a great deal to me. I was fortunate to have 3 mentors from my neighborhood of Edgemere Projects located in Far Rockaway, Queens, New York. These individuals immediately took me under their wings. And as the crack epidemic ravaged my neighborhood, well, my art teacher and my music teacher and community center director, Mr. Smalls, provided me with a platform. This platform was to express my appreciation for the arts through graffiti, poetry, breakdancing, and beatboxing. You see, those mentors volunteered their time and invested in me. And I am an extension of their kind act that Attorney Hutton was referring to when he said, you will have the opportunity to change someone's life you have never met. Those specific mentors will never meet Zachary Stanton, Alex Quintero, Aaliyah Brown, Reagan Holmes, or my latest nominee, Abhinav Kumar of Generation Enhanced Network supported by ICA. He will be receiving one of this year's Caring Youth Awards tonight. Now, this is a message to my past and current nominees that I've had the pleasure of serving our West Metro communities with. You are now the extension of our work together to the next generation of Caring Youth Award nominees. I would like to congratulate all of the nominees that have donated their time to serve our community through volunteering at ICA, your community connector, or through any of the amazing organizations that are providing resources for our community members in need. I'm going to leave you today with my personal quote. We don't want to just make a difference in our society. We want to be the difference in our society. Thank you for joining us tonight for the 2023 Caring Youth Award.
Thank you, Dominique. Now we'll move to the awards presentation.
Thank you to Molly Cummings for the intro and for all the amazing work that you've done in the Hopkins community and the surrounding area over the years. You are the model of a public servant. Thank you to Dominique Pierre-Toussaint, Dom, Mr. Neek, as he's known here in Hopkins. The work you do with the next generation of youth is inspiring. Keep pushing us to do more in the community, sir. And thank you to Luis Weir and Jennifer Pierce for organizing this event on the fly. This is an impressive pivot as we get slammed with a winter storm. Every year, I am honored to be part of this program. To hear the stories of the kind, generous, motivated, and caring young adults in what we call in Hopkins, the greater Hopkins area, with everything that's going on in the world, the event each year, when I hear these stories, it gives me a little more hope about our common future. And with that, up first we have for our awardees is Oscar Wolf. Oscar Wolf is a senior at Hopkins High School. He serves as a school board representative for Hopkins School Board. Oscar is a senior school board representative for his fellow students. He frequently attends school board meetings. At meetings, he reports what is happening at the high school. He relays concerns that students struggle with and relays news about activities at Hopkins High School. In Oscar's own words regarding what inspired him to become involved, he said, "I see inefficiencies in the systems that we live in. I see how negatively those systems affect my friends and classmates. To me, the highest form of activism is to get involved in the systems that govern our lives so that I can improve them from within. That is what drives me." And that's from Oscar. According to Stephen Adams, the director of Hopkins School Board, Oscar was persuasive in getting the Hopkins School Board to recognize the importance of Jewish religious holidays and having them included in the school calendar for the 2022-2023 school year for the first time in the history of the school district. They will now be on the calendar for all subsequent school years. Pretty amazing. According to Tanya Khan, director of Hopkins Public Schools School Board, Oscar is a highly articulate and expressive student who takes the initiative to speak out about the issues that are affecting the student body. Oscar is a natural leader, which makes him perfect for this role as the president of the Hopkins High School Student Council. He is a charismatic and savvy school board representative who will go on to excel at everything he does in the future. Congratulations, Oscar.
Our first award winner on my list is Isabella McCoy. Isabella McCoy, a senior at Hopkins High School, serves as a school board representative for the Hopkins School Board. Isabella is a leader of the School Board Representatives Program. She makes time to communicate with her fellow school board reps. She, along with her fellow representatives, took the initiative to elect new members for the School Board Representatives Program. Isabella is a frequent attendee and contributor to school board meetings. She candidly relays the concerns of her fellow students and also talks about the great things that are happening at Hopkins High School. In Isabella's own words regarding what inspired her to be involved, she said, "I believe each person has a duty to help improve and sustain their community. While we have made immense progress, especially in the past 100 years, there's much more work to do everywhere. Progress does not start with a big group of support. Often it's just one person with a goal. Part of volunteering is taking the first step and deciding what kind of example you want to set for your community. By being a member of society, I've taken an oath to give back to the community that has served me for so long and to seek out others who might feel like their voice isn't being heard. I can't sit by while others are not provided the same chances or struggling. Society is only as progressive as our weakest links, so I vow to continue spreading my message and fighting for what matters most, community." According to Tanya Khan, director, Hopkins Public Schools Board, Isabella is a confident and self-motivated leader to our student body. She's able to quickly assess difficulties that students are facing and often offers suggestions to the school board on how to resolve challenges that students are facing. Isabella is an excellent communicator and takes her role as a leader to the school board representatives seriously. She's able to skillfully juggle her school board rep responsibilities, homework, extracurricular activities, and an after-school job. This phenomenal student gives her all to everything she puts her mind to and cannot wait to see what she will do in the future.
All right, this next one is a very cool story. the awardee is Elif Ozturk. Elif Ozturk is a junior at Hopkins High School, and she serves as a school board representative for the Hopkins School Board. Elif has served as a student board member on the Hopkins School Board for 2 years and has provided valuable insights to the board. According to Steve Adams, director of the Hopkins School Board, besides her service on the board, Elif has lobbied our state legislators on behalf of students across the state. Her advocacy on period parity has resulted in the Menstrual Equity Bill, HF 44, that's being introduced at the state legislature and would require and provide funding to, which is very important piece of this, to school districts throughout the state to provide menstrual products at no charge to female students. She has co-authored an opinion article with the state legislators and other influential citizens in the Star Tribune that has created momentum for the bills to pass in the current state legislative session. She would be successful, and it appears that she is successful in this, in getting the measure passed, and it will benefit all female students in the state of Minnesota. That's really an amazing story. Congratulations. And next up, we will recognize our recipients that support the St. Luke Presbyterian Church.
Elena Winters is a sophomore at Minnetonka High School. She serves in a variety of roles at St. Luke Presbyterian Church. Elena has shown exemplary care in her service as a nursery attendant and youth group leader. She's warm, welcoming, caring, and inclusive with the youth and children of our church. By modeling and embodying this behavior, Elena helps our organization set the tone of welcome and inclusion for all. She's a true gift and asset for community and care in the life of our church. According to Brennan Blue, senior pastor, Elena serves as a youth elder, nursery attendant, and youth group leader here at St. Luke's Presbyterian Church. As a youth elder, Elena works with our faith community's governance board to help ensure that the voices and needs of our youth and children are well represented. Elena has offered thoughtful, compassionate insight for our organization as we continue to navigate programming needs among shifting COVID-19 safety dynamics. This has helped our organization to connect with our youngest as key stakeholders. According to Chris Van Leerup, Sunday school teacher, Elena Winter stands out in her exceptional maturity and has a real gift for leadership. This was first noticed several years ago when Elena was just in middle school. During our church's Youth Sunday, Elena led the communal prayers. The custom in our church is for the prayer leader to respond individually to spontaneous prayers voiced by individual congregants. Elena did so with wisdom, empathy, and poise far beyond her years. Elena is not just a caring youth, she's also compassionate, engaged, and dedicated, and she is a very wise leader. Next, we'll recognize recipients that support the Hopkins High School Chamber Orchestra. Patrick.
All right, next up we have Grace Swigum. Grace Swigum, a senior at Hopkins High School, serves in a variety of ways for the Chamber Orchestra. Grace has been involved in Chamber Orchestra since 9th grade and has volunteered to perform her violin for the nursing home and has also volunteered to perform for other groups within the Hopkins School District community. She has volunteered in the music department to help organize the entire music library, which has over 10,000 pieces of titles. That is a lot of organizing. Grace is always willing to say yes when you need her help. She is a naturally caring person and has served in many volunteer capacities throughout the district. According to Allison Swigum and Nora Tycast, Hopkins School Orchestra and Band directors, Grace is a hard worker, efficient, and extremely caring individual. She will always say yes if you ask for her help. Miss Tycast and Miss Swigum have really appreciated all the work that Grace has done for the music department. I'd also like to congratulations, Grace, and I'd also like to acknowledge the recipients that support the Hopkins Band Boosters.
Megan Ressler. Megan Ressler is a senior at Hopkins High School, serving in a variety of ways for the Hopkins Band Boosters. Megan has always been willing to help organize the music in both the band and the orchestra program. She says yes to any help that is needed and is willing to tutor students. Megan is going to be going into elementary education in college and will be an amazing elementary school teacher. She's a very caring individual, is a natural leader, and is a very strong student in academics, athletics, and in music. Megan should be so proud of all that she has done to help the music program over all of her years in high school. According to Alice Swigum and Nora Tycast, Hopkins High School orchestra and band directors, Megan is a doer. She gets things done. She's extremely reliable and know that any job Megan is asked to do will be done with the highest quality level. Megan is extremely efficient and works hard. In addition to helping in the music department, Megan has volunteered in many of the district elementary schools, using her fluent Spanish to help out in the Spanish immersion classes. Pam Shrestha, a teacher at Eisenhower, would be another teacher who would have wonderful things to say about Megan and what an amazing helper she is. She will be greatly missed in the music department and in Hopkins District next year. She's a stellar student. I'd like to now recognize award recipients that support the City of Hopkins.
All right, next up we have Carson Johnson. Carson Johnson, a sophomore at Hopkins High School, serves as a youth park board member for the City of Hopkins, which is the greatest city in the state of Minnesota, by the way. Carson attends park board meetings once a month. Carson was approached to join the board after seeing her speak at a city council meeting regarding the Hopkins Theater redevelopment. Staff, council, and the mayor, I might add, were very impressed by her willingness to speak up and advocate for youth needs for recreation and activities in such a public and really a potentially contentious format. Carson was very interested in joining the park board because she wanted to do more for her community and be more involved in decision making. According to Peggy Sue Amihi Bean, management analyst for the City of Hopkins, Carson is creative, brave, and asks excellent questions. She is never shy to offer her opinion, even amongst a room of adults, which can be very intimidating. Especially as the city undergoes a park master system plan, it is very helpful to have her perspective as a student and a community member in these discussions. Thank you so much, Carson. Next, we will recognize our award recipients that support the ICA food shelf. Okay, so this one was supposed to be awarded by Molly Cummings, but I requested to announce it myself. I am honored to announce the next awardee is Abhinav Kumar. Abhinav Kumar, a senior at Hopkins High School, serves as a volunteer for ICA, your community connectors. Abhinav has been involved in creating a platform titled GEN, Generation Enhanced Network, which consists of West Metro collaboration with ICA, Hennepin County, City of Hopkins, Hopkins Public Schools, Resource West, and soon to be many more. Nav joined the community relations team as a youth consultant and media technician for ICA organization. He has served the community relations team for 1 year and has participated in various community events. According to Dominique Pierre Toussaint, ICA Community Relations, Nav has been an ambassador for ICA through the GEN platform. He's been involved as a keynote speaker for the student group from Ukraine that visited our City of Hopkins this past summer, and I can speak to that as well. He did it on extremely short notice, and a shout out to your friend Michael, who actually translated Russian for us in a pinch. This is proof that Nav is a master networker as well. He has been instrumental in the creation of GEN, Generation Enhanced Network, an organization for schools, government organizations, nonprofit, businesses, and community organizations to innovate and collaborate to best serve the needs of our next generation voices in order to create outcomes for their future. So their voices, their future. Our work with the City of Hopkins and other cities of the West Metro has only just begun, Nav. Nav also serves, as if that wasn't all enough, he also serves as the co-president of the Hopkins student body. Congratulations, Nav. I truly believe the sky is the limit for you. All right, next awardee is Lindsay Welsh. Lindsay Welsh, a senior at Minnetonka High School, serves as a volunteer for the ICA Food Shelf. Lindsay started volunteering in 2022 and volunteers twice a week at ICA. She volunteers in the food logistics area. Her main duties are keeping the food shelf stocked with perishable and non-perishable items. Also, she is a translator during her shifts where she assists Spanish-speaking clients. She sees that people in this area are food insecure and she wants to help. According to Rebecca McKenzie, volunteer manager at ICA, Lindsay is a self-starter. She is diligent in her duties at ICA. It is rare that we have to give her direction because she sees what needs to be done in the food shelf and she does it. She is dependable and she is a valued volunteer at ICA. Congratulations, Lindsay.
Tony Liu is our next recipient. Tony Liu is a sophomore at the Blake School, serves as a volunteer for the ICA Food Shelf. He heard about the Thanksgiving turkey event and involved A-list members to participate. They manned the Cubs sales table for 4 3-hour shifts during the 2-day event, handing out turkey certificates. They also did a holiday food drive. Last summer, his A-list group volunteered putting items together for our bazaar event. According to Shirley Bueller, Community Development, ICA, Tony exhibited great energy in involving his fellow A-list members to participate in community events he had a passion for. He brought these youths to food distributing events to actually see what we do. He had great support from his family. He acknowledges that he gained exposure firsthand to the compassionate nature of his community and the willingness of people to step up and help others in need. He'd like to continue to support ICA.
All right, the next awardee is Campbell DeLuca. Campbell DeLuca, a junior at Minnetonka High School, serves as a volunteer for the ICA Food Shelf. Campbell was one of 5 students at Minnetonka High School for the last 2 years that has advocated for food resources at the high school. They went to the school board, local Rotary, Second Harvest to do research on everything they needed to do to make this happen. Once approved, they advertised the food drives to support the shelf on KARE 11 and out in their community. They are up and running and supporting food resources with the guidance of Dan Nahr and ICA. They have strived to make this a very secure and confidential procedure for students and are volunteering as needed to make this work. According to Dan Nahr and Shirley Bueller, Executive Director of Community Development, we are continually amazed at the ingenuity and talent displayed by our volunteer youth. Not only the ideas, but the tenaciousness to follow through. They are truly part of our village. Congratulations, Campbell.
Our next recipient is Kira Keegan. Kira Keegan, a junior at Minnetonka High School, serves as a volunteer for the ICA Food Shelf. Kira is one of 5 from Minnetonka High School that has implemented a food shelf in the school. They worked for 2 years to get information and approval. This involved meeting with Dan Nahr, ICA Executive Director, Second Harvest, Minnetonka School Board, and the Minnetonka Excelsior Rotary. Once they obtained information, they started raising awareness with food drives and publicity throughout the community and KARE 11 TV. They're working with ICA to supply food for this shelf while making it a secure and confidential process for students. Many hours have gone into this process, but it happened. According to Dan Nahr, Shirley Bueller, Executive Director, Community Development, we're constantly amazed at the talents, tenaciousness, and energy these youth have exhibited. We welcome them to our village.
All right, next up we have Matthew Seagwart. Matthew Seagwart, a senior at Minnetonka High School, serves as a volunteer for the ICA Food Shelf. Matthew is one of 5 from Minnetonka High School that has implemented a food shelf in the school. They worked for 2 years to get the necessary information and work towards approval. This involved meeting with Dan Nahr, ICA Executive Director, Second Harvest, Minnetonka School Board, and Minnetonka Excelsior Rotary. Once they obtained the necessary information to move forward, they started raising awareness with food drives and created publicity through the community and KARE 11 TV. They are working with ICA to supply food for this shelf while making it a secure and confidential process for students. Many hours have gone into this process, but it happened. According to Dan Nahr and Shirley Bueller, Executive Director of Community Development, we are constantly amazed at their talents, their tenaciousness, and the energy that these youth have exhibited. We welcome them not only into our village at ICA in Hopkins, but in our greater community. Congratulations, Matthew.
Our next award recipient is Olivia Donaldson. Olivia Donaldson, a junior at Minnetonka High School, serves as a volunteer for the ICA Food Shelf. Olivia is one of 5 from Minnetonka High School that has implemented a food shelf in the school. They worked for 2 years to get information and approval. This involved meeting with Dan Nahr, ICA Executive Director, Second Harvest, Minnetonka School Board, and the Minnetonka Excelsior Rotary. Once they obtained information, they started raising awareness with food drives and publicity throughout the community in KARE 11 TV. They're working with ICA to supply food for this shelf while making it a secure and confidential process for students. Many hours have gone into this process, but it happened. According to Dan Nahr, Shirley Bueller, Executive Director in Community Development, we're constantly amazed at the talents, tenaciousness, and energy these youth have exhibited. We welcome them to our village.
All right, next up is Meredith Kuslik. Meredith Kuslik, a sophomore at Minnetonka High School, serves as a volunteer for the ICA food shelf. She is another one of these Fab Five. Meredith is one of 5 Minnetonka school students that has implemented a food shelf in the school. They worked for 2 years to get the information and approval. This involved meeting with Dan Nahr, ICA Executive Director, Second Harvest, Minnetonka School Board, and Minnetonka Excelsior Rotary. Some of this is repeat information, but we're going to repeat it because it's all true. Once they obtained the information, they started raising awareness with food drives and publicity through the community and KARE 11 TV. They're working with ICA to supply food for the shelf while making it a secure and confidential process for the students, working with some of the other awardees. Many hours have gone into this process, but it happened. According to Dan Nahr and Shirley Bueller, Executive Director of Community Development, they are constantly amazed, again, at the tenaciousness, the grittiness, the energy that these youth have exhibited, and we welcome them to our village. Congratulations, Meredith.
And now on to Piper Benning. Piper Benning, a senior at Minnetonka High School, serves as a volunteer for the ICA food shelf. Piper is part of the Vantage Digital Journalism Program at Minnetonka High School. This group collaborated with ICA to create a few promotional videos to promote our programs. She filmed and edited the Maynard's fundraiser in November of 2022. She also helped create 2 informational videos for us, one with English subtitles and one with Spanish subtitles, a shorter video for our social media, as well as a video showcasing the fundraising event. According to Shirley Bueller, Community Development, we are so lucky to have this program's resources available to us. These youth are willing to contribute their expertise and time in helping promote our programs. They are smart, easy to work with, and eager to learn all about us.
All right, next up is Gwen Netches. Gwen Netches, a junior at Minnetonka High School, serves as a volunteer for the ICA food shelf. Gwen is part of the Vantage Digital Journalism Program at Minnetonka High School. Vantage is an experimental project-based learning program. Digital journalism teaches creative ways of producing stories using script writing, video, and sound. Let me tell you, storytelling is an important and such a challenging aspect of the work of ICA. She was part of a group of students partnering with ICA to create a video showcasing their work. This involved what they offer and what they're about. She acknowledges that she is grateful to have connected with ICA staff and be part of a project that will help inform and heighten knowledge of ICA. According to Shirley Bueller, Community Development, ICA is so lucky to be in a community that encourages creativity and exploration into all facets of our world. We're lucky to partner with these creative students who eagerly step up to help promote our programs, and many hours went into their efforts. Congratulations again, Gwen. And now finally, we will recognize our award recipients that support the Youth Development Council of Minnetonka Schools.
Now we'll honor Catherine Ryle. Catherine Ryle, a junior at Minnetonka High School, serves as a co-chair for the Youth Development Council. Catherine has been a part of YDC since her freshman year. She has shown a passion for volunteering and community engagement at all of our events. She's been an integral part of recruiting members to our high school organization. YDC has grown under her leadership and will continue to grow and improve because of her. According to Anna Osheim and Josh Benish, YDC advisors, Catherine helped organize our annual Rake-a-thon, where she contacted families and homes seeking raking support. She helped our volunteers get the job done quickly and efficiently. Catherine is a well-rounded leader that is always looking for ways to connect with members of YDC, as well as ways to improve the group. She's involved in many other programs in our district and manages her time well.
All right, the next awardee is Hannah Burchild. Hannah Burchild, a junior at Minnetonka High School, serves as a co-chair for the Youth Development Council. Hannah has taken on the leadership role of running the committee for our two biggest events. Her guidance with her committee has allowed us to look ahead to what will be needed and how to give participants the best experience. Her involvement in this event last year truly brought a level of enthusiasm that hasn't been seen at this event since before COVID-19. According to Anna Auschman and Josh Benish, YDC advisors, Hannah has helped come up with new ideas and ways to help impact the communities around us. Her idea to create communities for our group has allowed members to have some ownership of our events. Hannah has shown great relationship building qualities. She connects with all of the members of our organization and helps create a community of acceptance and teamwork. Congratulations, Hannah.
Next is Emily Affolter. Emily Affolter, a junior at Minnetonka High School, serves as a co-chair for the Youth Development Council. Emily has been involved in our group since her freshman year. She has increased our promotion of the group via Instagram and allowed us to build new relationships with the community and other high school organizations. According to Anna Osheim and Josh Benish, YDC advisors, Emily has shown true commitment to our group with full participation in encouraging others to attend meetings and events. Emily has gone above and beyond by volunteering at more than just our planned events. She's volunteered at our youth triathlon, youth service day, and many more. Her commitment to our community is staggering. We look forward to seeing her shine in this role next year. This concludes the Caring Youth Awards presentation. Thank you for joining us virtually for this recognition ceremony. Congratulations to each of our exemplary recipients. You've made your community, your schools, and all of us here today very proud to honor you this evening. Award certificates will be delivered to the schools of each of our recipients. Thanks too to families and friends of these special individuals who support their work, and to Jen Kopishki and Louise Weir, the Glen Lake Optimists, and others who put this program together again this year and were able to pivot when Mother Nature threw a wrench into celebrating in person tonight, but still being able to honor these deserving youth. Thank you and stay safe.